when Kellic gets back to the tree,
Mhm.
I'm gonna tilt my head towards Zeta because we got to tie her up. So I'm gonna kind of.
I discreetly, while I'm hanging my rope up on the branch, sort of like lightly shake my head. And I'll approach. I don't think we need to do all of that. She doesn't have something living inside her.
But they can come at any time.
Well, she was called upon
She
by
can
the
be
others.
called upon at any time, kind of.
Kind of. I suppose.
I think until she knows what her contract actually said, we should just assume that the person can call upon her whenever.
Suppose that's safest. It doesn't sit right with me, though. It's one thing to tie Flynn up when he's, insisting that we do just that, but it's another to...
Do you think we can just tie our hands together then?
Yeah, maybe
then
that's
she can't use them?
a little more humane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think she'll understand.
If she doesn't, then it's nonsense. Well, then we're gonna have to set some new terms. This is awful.
Mm-hmm.
The outcast. Outcast from what?
I don't know, I never thought of it that way. I always thought of it more like not part of the in crowd, not necessarily like cast out.
The stories that go back, they don't have enough detail to really know what it could be. Creatures from different planes fighting over lands.
With no eyes.
Oh, yes. Holes for eyes,
Pretty creepy.
I guess. I quickly take a walk and just pull ashes across my head. It doesn't have to be that scary,
I mean, it's still kind of creepy.
Well, I'm not creepy. No, this face.
It's a little bit creepy, and can I like poke my finger in his eye socket where there's just ash?
I don't allow you to.
Will it hurt? Will it hurt though? Like will I feel your eye or will I just feel ash?
You would, as your finger approached, you would get flecks of dust on your finger.
Gross.
It's not gross.
You don't get to tell me what I think is gross.
It's not gross. It's fine.
It's a little gross.
Yeah, there's grosser things.
That doesn't keep this from being gross.
It's all a matter of perspective, I suppose.
I guess.
Anyway, might be something to figuring out what he was outcast from.
Unless he's just not part of the in crowd.
What does that mean, Ulma?
I don't know. Like he's not friends with the people that he lived around back in the way back days.
Like he was cast out from them?
No, like maybe he just was never part of them.
I feel like we're splitting hairs here, Ulma.
Well, I guess we just don't know anything yet.
What kind of casting out makes one committed to chaos?
Unless he was always committed to chaos and that's what made him different from everyone else.
Could be so.
Like maybe he calls himself the outcast because he's like, I'm different.
Maybe.
It kind of makes you think like you can just come up with a name and like tell enough people about your name and make up like songs about your name, and then like eventually in 1,000 years maybe there'll be some cool like drama around you. Like you could call me like
An agent of repair.
I guess. But what if I just wanted to be something solo?
Okay. If you were something solo, what would you be, Alma?
Well, we already have the outcast who's an agent of chaos, and I really feel like I could be that. Like, don't you think?
Why would you want that to be your moniker?
I don't want it to be, but it's kind of like a spooky, cool, like, you don't want to mess with me.
Yes, but that's not worth that much ultimately. You get a lot more out of people trusting you than fearing you.
That's true. I don't want to be feared.
Right. So maybe a name that reflects your power and your gravitas and, you know, your courage, but also your kindness, your generosity.
Maybe it should just be Oma, and then we could just have songs to Oma.
I guess a lot rhymes with it. Or maybe not. I was thinking the could rhyme with things, but Oma, it's hard to rhyme.
Well, we could make up new words to rhyme with it.
Don't bedevil Oma. She'll put you in a coma. That's all I got. But that's more the fear thing than that.
It's more the fear thing, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's think of something.
Okay.
Hey, Zeta! I hold up a strand of rope. I'm gonna do this as comfortably as possible, but I think it's best for us to make it so you can't kill us in our sleep.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Appreciate it.
And she puts both of her hands out in front of her.
And I will tie them tightly but gingerly.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
Well, I was kind of reading my book. I thought maybe I would take first
Oh,
watch.
all right. Yeah, that's fine.
And then I'll go to sleep.
I'm jealous of you and your books. I should have checked one out.
Well, you were kind of in a room really specific. I don't think you could have checked anything out from that room.
That's true. I mean, I did
You
see
could
the
have-
map.
You could look over my other book. I have 2.
What's the other book?
It's on disguises.
I suppose I'll take a look. It's not really that interesting to me.
Oh. Well,
What-
you don't
what
have to take a look.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to-
No,
you don't have
I
to look
appreciate
at
it. No,
it.
I will take it. I will look at it. I promise.
I think Flynn has like a history book if you want to go borrow his book.
That does sound nice.
Okay, great. Well, you can.
But no, Flynn is elsewhere. I will look at your. I will.
I don't
on
want you to
my-
look at my book anymore. I refuse. I take back my
On
offer.
may I please look at this book on disguises?
You may.
Thank you.
On your watch. Go to sleep.
I will. All right. Good night.
All right.
Hey, Shreya! I yell up into the tree. Shreya! Shreya!
Is someone calling for me?
Yeah, can you take third watch?
Sure. And I, as soon as I hear that, I then shut the little, curtain of like twigs and branches and leaves.
Little trees.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
okay, Kelly, just wake him up when you're done.
Oh, okay, sure.
All right, Oma, I'm going to have you make a perception check for me.
10.
A 10. Okay, what are you doing during your watch? Just reading?
I'm reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
reading.
kind of keeping an ear out. Every once in a while, you sort of realize how into the book you are, and I forgot to keep watch, and you start listening again, but your watch comes to a close as nothing around you seems to be happening. Is that all you're doing during your watch?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Okay. Next up, Kellic wakes up.
I'll do a brief. Having the middle watch is kind of terrible.
Yeah. Have fun.
Thanks.
I put my head down. I put my head down on Kellic's lap in front of the fire. So I'm using his leg
Okay.
as like a.
I put some blankets underneath her head just to try and pat it more.
All right.
Um.
I'm going to have you make a perception check for me.
Okay. Uh, 16.
A 16. Okay. You are sitting there. You're looking around.
I
What are
have
you
her
doing?
book open.
Her book open. You were reading.
Not really, though.
Sort of, kind of. Sort of, kind of.
Why would you put on a mustache? It's just...
But every so often, you look up into the sky and you sort of catch some of the stars and you catch the moon sort of off near the horizon. But you notice the sparse clouds that you saw earlier, more clouds are beginning to roll in. Not storm yet, but clouds are starting to get thicker.
Do I hear any thunder or anything like that?
You do not.
Okay.
No, just the clouds starting to get thicker.
And do the clouds have a face?
The clouds, you look up and you could kind of maybe make out a face, but then the cloud continues to move and it doesn't really, you just see shapes in the clouds.
Okay. I make a faux menacing fist at the clouds.
Okay.
Don't come near my camp. I've got a book about disguises.